new episode of WEARE757, the show. We got my brother from another city, Myles Holley in the building. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
We good. So we here. I wanted to bring you on the show to talk about your story. You got an interesting story, and you still hooping.
Yeah,
We've known each other almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
Met each other in high school basketball 2006. Played with each other at AAU.
Yeah.
And
I was actually the first people to put me on AAU.
For real?
Yeah, I ain't know nothing about AAU till I played with y'all.
Dang, I'm the same way. I was the same way. And they didn't even pick me up at that time.
Until what? I don't know what Man Daddy saw me play at or something, but once Man Daddy saw me play at, he was on it. He was like, you can come play with us.
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about AAU.
And you didn't even ever go to the big tournaments with us either.
Man, that's crazy. I was always doing it. I was probably hurt. I was hurt a lot too. So
Yeah.
I was hurt. I was probably hurt right there. You know what I'm saying? I think the one big jump we went to was in Clarksville, Tennessee, when we went to Nationals in Clarksville. I think, was you with us?
That probably was after.
Nah, because I didn't go the second year y'all went to Nationals. You weren't with us on the first team.
Nah, I won't.
It was the second team, and I didn't. That's when I got hurt. That's when I did this injury, matter of fact, and I couldn't go.
Yeah, because I think we had went to New Orleans. It was right before Katrina had happened. They said we had pulled up to your crib, and your mom was like, he ain't going.
Yeah, because she ain't want to tell, like, ain't nobody want to tell me about I broke my leg. Right?
Okay.
That's when I did the major injury, when I had surgery and all that. So we ain't tell nobody until school started. Because I did that right in the middle of summertime. Like right when I think we just played at Heritage or something. For to qualify for the Jones.
Yeah.
And I had just dunked on somebody. I forgot who it was. I go up to mean too. Because it was either you or Darius Stewart from half court, and I had banged on him. And then like right after that, going to practice at Boogie T for Future League, I broke my leg right in the gym. Because we weren't even supposed to be in the gym playing, so that's why I can't say that. I know they gonna look at you now. It's too late now, can't go back.
That's crazy. So, originally, where you from? Where you grew up?
Originally from Norfolk, Virginia. Grew up out Sherwood, Common Place. Growing up, it was pretty smooth. Just me, my mom, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We bounced around a lot, but I mean, the lower class, we found that way out Sherwood, Common Place. From out there, just regular, just being a kid.
So when did you start hooping? Did you only hoop?
I played basketball for Sherwood Knights. Played Pee Wee. I started off with Pee Wee with them. I never forget. I scored in the wrong basket twice that season.
What age is this?
What's Pee Wee? Probably like 8, 9.
Okay.
Scored the wrong basket twice. Thought I was a man. We went 0-9. We win that one game. So after that, I quit basketball. I was like, play football. Went to play football. That's when I got smacked. I ain't playing football no more.
So was you always taller than, or when you got your growth spurt?
Growing up, I mean, it seemed regular. You feel me? Until probably about middle school. That's when now I'm a little bit taller than everybody that I'm used to being around, you feel me? Probably 9th grade year, I got like the 6'1". I broke my leg, came back, and I got measured, I was 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, damn.
And it just stopped right there. I wish it would have kept going, but it stopped right there.
So you played, when did somebody be like, oh, he nice? And you just started sticking with basketball?
Well, they saw the potential probably when I was playing rec league for the Common Place Deacons. We won the championship that year. And I ain't had nothing but like hops, block shots, make a layup. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching N1 at the time, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm the tallest one on the court, but I'm trying to give you a hot sauce move.
Yeah, I was the same way.
But yeah, right after we won that first championship, that's when I had like, now all the rec league teams want me to come play for them because I'm kind of tall for my age. So other than that, it was just, you know what I'm saying, my main rec league coach actually, Coach Pop, he was on me. Like I played for him for a couple of years before I went to middle school, then You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
High school. But he's the one that really believed in me first. They're like, nah, you gonna be nice, you gonna be alright, you just gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Stay out of trouble. That's all he kept telling me. Stay out of trouble and stick with it.
Was there anybody in your like neighborhood that was nice before you that you looked up to? It was like, damn, I want to be like him or anything.
Man, that's crazy. Cause if you know, you know. I got a homeboy right now named Rand. Rand is probably the best basketball player I've seen play in my life. Street ball legend. Never played high school. He tried out for WEARE757 one time, but Rand it just won't for him. But right now, I had the hops, had the chopper. He tall, lanky like me, and he was just a bucket, and couldn't nobody do nothing with him. Like my man, shout out my man Rand, commonplace legend. For real, like he tall, lanky, it looked like hits from the streets. If you know what hits from the streets is, then you know who I'm talking about. Like he was like Curry before Curry. You know how back in the day, well, I don't know how the courts is now, but back in the day, official elementary school court, you know, that ain't that long. When you pulling from half court, hitting every time as a kid, you like,
yeah.
Hold on. You ain't like that. Like,
different.
But he was like that. And then I was like, he'll dunk on you. He doing the T-Mac. Like, when T-Mac did it off the backboard, he coming down, like, we go to the court the next day, he off the backboard, through the lane on niggas. Like,
did y'all ever have, like, any neighborhood battles growing up, like on the court?
Sherwood versus Common Police. And the crazy part about that battle, because I lived out both neighborhoods, and it's literally a street separating both neighborhoods. They always argue who I played for. We always say I play for Sherwood, because that's who I started off with. But if Common Police go against another neighborhood, then I'm going to go ride with them. I'm going to go hoop with them. If Sherwood playing against another neighborhood, I'm going to go.
That's crazy. I got the same situation.
So it's just like, but when they play each other, it's like, y'all play each other.
Oh, you'll sit out.
I'm going to go, yeah, y'all play each other. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I had the same situation like when I lived in New York. It's called Railroad Project. It was a place called Paradise where they had the basketball court. The block I lived on was Poor Block. Then it was the back. And they would always play against each other, and I always had to pick and choose.
Yeah,
so I would play it.
And it's hard because if you mess with people from both sides, then it's just like, you might catch me on a day where I'm gonna play with y'all, then you catch me on the next day, then y'all gonna be bad because I'm playing with them. Like, so it's just like it's a never ending battle, but it's all love at the end of the day. Like with me, like I don't know how it is with other people. Like it's all love with me because I just like to hoop. So
true.
You know what I'm saying?
So what kept you like going the wrong path? If
really,
there was a wrong path to go.
What kept me from going around, really just watching all the older guys out in the neighborhood. Like, and I had a crazy mom. Like, my mom crazy. Like, my mom crazy. Like, she ain't letting nobody go down there. Not me. Not my brother. Nah, she won't doing that. But really but she gave me a lot of freedom. I had a lot of freedom too, so it was up to me to pick which path I'm going. Don't get me wrong, I got in trouble. Yeah. But far as like, once I got in trouble bad enough to where somebody had to come to my house, like, nah, that won't happen. That won't be. I won't get in that type of trouble. You feel? I might got in trouble for nigga knocking or stealing from the store or something. You feel?
Yeah.
But even with that, I got stole from the store one time. I got caught. My mom beat the hell out of me in front of the whole neighborhood. It's like I stole it again from there. I never stole it again in my life. Like,
it only take one time.
Yeah, it's just like. But then just seeing other guys that's doing good that was a little bit older than me that's going to school playing basketball. Because once you start playing, you start looking to see who's around. You know what I'm saying? Just keep you out of trouble. Then you see I've seen all the rewards I'm starting to get from, my grades good. I'm playing basketball and shit. My kids and them coming back with shoes. You feel me? I'm about to do good. I wouldn't be bad for it.
It's crazy that like growing up in like a certain type of neighborhood, you hoop. How much people look after you.
And then, but too, with my neighborhood, like, the guys out my neighborhood, like, even if someone was the biggest drug dealers, biggest this, biggest that, they always told me, nah, this is not what you doing. They wouldn't even let me be around it. Like, I can hang, I can go chill. when it's time for them to do whatever, hey bro, you gotta go, little bro, you gotta go. I always respected that. That's one thing I respect about a lot of people from my neighborhood.
That's real ones though. A lot of people.
Man, like, nah, you gotta go, bro. Don't you got a game tomorrow, man? Take your ass in the house. I can't argue with you. I'm a holler at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can always respect that. That's why a lot of cats respect me, and I got mad respect for them because they ain't had to tell me that. Could either say, put this in my hand and put this in my hand. You feel me?
Yeah.
I say, nah, you go ahead. You worry about playing basketball. You go to school tomorrow. You feel me?
That's what's up. So when you get to Booker T, how was the record there, or what was the notoriety of Booker T at that time?
At the time, they was known for both sports at the time, basketball and football. But at the time, basketball really wasn't, like, it was alright. It was like district contenders, but they really weren't state contenders or regional contenders, you feel me? So me getting there at the time, and even just seeing it, because like high school basketball was different back then. Me, 2004, going to Booker T. And I wasn't even supposed to go to Booker T. I was supposed to go to Norfolk. I ain't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Except for my Norfolk people. They know that.
So why you didn't go to Norfolk?
My out of district ain't go to. If the out of district would have went through, I would have been in Norfolk. Okay. Nobody knows that.
So what made you want to go to Norfolk?
I went to Norfolk Middle.
Oh, okay.
I went to Norfolk Middle. So me, Chris McKeechett, Tallwood, Matthews, Adidas, Arrington, all let's played on the same middle school team. In 8th grade. So 8th grade going to 9th grade, we all played on the same Norview Future League team. So once they figured out, I was the only one that was out of district for Norview High. I was in Booker T zone. So once they figured that out, they automatically, like Coach Rush and Todd, my RP Todd, they went and automatically got the paperwork from Monica down the district. So I could go to Booker T next year, but it didn't get approved. Like, I don't know, for some reason, it must have been God or something. It just ain't get approved. Yeah. And I got that schedule that said Booker T Washington. So I had to go to Booker T.
Damn. But I mean, you made the right decision, I would say.
I would say, yeah.
But I mean, Northview at that time, they didn't have what? They had the Woodbury's, Texas Woodbury. Was that Grant? No, that's Grant.
They had, at that time, with my 9th grade year going there, they had, who did? I want to say they had Page. Page went there at the time. One of the pages, because there was a lot of pages. They had, I forgot who they had at the time. 9th grade. 9th grade was so long ago. Like, it don't seem like it was so long ago, but now you get to think about it.
Nah, yeah. I don't remember none of my Future League games. I don't remember none of that. And that's when I first.
Bro, if it ain't a dunk, I don't remember it. I'm just telling you right now. for most of the Future League jumps. Like JV, I can't even remember a lot of shit. Like somebody told me I dunked on the JV, and I can only remember me having 2 dunks in JV the whole year.
When did you first start dunking?
JV.
JV.
I mean, I dunked in 8th grade, but that wasn't no game. That's just dunking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, as far as the game wise, Churchland, that was the first. I think everybody dunked at Churchland for their first. Hey, shout out to Churchland with y'all low rims. And them Jones probably still low to this day.
Damn.
I had some bang outs at Churchland.
Alright. So when you get to Booker T, and you meet the head coach, Coach Darren. Was he the head coach at that time when you first got there?
Yeah, Coach Allen. Yeah. I think that was his. I want to say first year. Yeah, that was his first year. He just took over for, I think, Lambert.
Okay.
So
what was your first introduction to him? What you remember?
He know that about me. Like, they was on Brandon Plummer, Manuel Jackson, who was that? Johnny Woods, J.R.
Perry.
Perry wasn't there yet. Perry ain't come to my junior year.
Okay.
Yeah, he ain't come to my junior year, so he wasn't there. Mario Woods. Like, it was like all those, he was on them. I was like, we all tried out. We all in the gym JV before they split. Who gonna play varsity? Who gonna do JV? I'm in there talking shit though. All the varsity, and cause I know them. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm supposed to be on varsity. I'm like, nah, you playing JV. So I'm like, all right, bet. We play JV. I guess I'm gonna show y'all JV. We killed JV. We went undefeated, and by the craziness, I got moved up at the end of JV to play varsity. Somebody, I'm saying, we ain't gonna say somebody got down, I mean, I don't know, the flaunt all the time, I can't even remember what happened. I don't know what happened, but
Moved
his
you up.
jersey was available and I needed it. I needed it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Did you get any clock when you moved up?
No clock, no tick at all. I mean, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't even mad then about getting no tick because I was just. I played Washington in 9th grade. I don't care what you talking about.
I was the same way, and I didn't get no clock.
You know what I'm saying? But the next year, like, all right, man, it's time to get some tick. But that's when I ended up breaking my leg. So I couldn't, like, so that's why it's, like, crazy because, like, I watched them go through a whole year, you know what I'm saying? And I knew, when you know you was the missing piece, we probably would have won state my sophomore year, too. You know what I'm saying? Because we got put out by Mike Anderson last time. That's when Twine, that's when Twine came here my sophomore year. He came my sophomore year when I broke my leg. Because I remember they had the shirts at Lansdowne with his face on it. I'll never forget that. And that was the first time I seen something like that. I'm like, but I thought these was your people. And we all said, we like, Twine, I know you ain't scared, Twine. But Twine wasn't scared, just like they just had the number, like they had like Mike Anderson wasn't playing with us, that guy.
So Mike Anderson, was that the year they played who? Welsh, you know?
Yeah, yep.
Region and states, and Welsh got it.
That's hey, Welsh. Cause they went back to back that year. I think that was the back to back year.
Yeah.
That was Welsh wasn't playing with people. Hey, he wasn't playing with the 757. That's one dude I would say my brother Welch was not playing in high school. He was lights out. I give him that. Him and the other dude from West Side that had the braids.
It was some Baker thing, right?
Both of them was lights out. Like both of them was like, and I'm looking at him like, y'all let them get all they like he ain't no bigger than me, he don't bump his and they get off. Welsh is just tough. Welsh is he gonna go at you. But the other one, like he just so smooth and quiet, he don't say nothing. But he got a smooth 30 piece on you, you don't even know about it. And he just sitting in the corner the whole night shooting. Like that's crazy. Like that Wood Side saying that could make easily a good shit. They was back to back. That was like it's crazy how it went and switched from that side of the water and came on this side of the water and came to y'all, and then like how like over the years how I come to like how the era just switch a ball.
Nah, yeah. It definitely is crazy, and it's even crazier now. I don't understand it. The dish had a way.
Yeah, like how they switched it now. Everybody that I played with at AAU, we all would have rings. Because ain't nobody in the same bracket or the same group now. Cause but I think Booker T like we was 3A when I was in high school. Now they like 5A or 4A. And then Lake Tallwood like 6A or. It's like I don't know how
all the Norfolk teams can win the state championship at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm like, how was that though? Like, if it was that easy, man, like we would have won back to back to back. Like, I would have had a dodo in there. I'd have had 4 piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, it's definitely crazy, man.
And especially like, and this is no disrespect to some of the schools, because I know y'all gonna see it, but if I'm playing against a Norfolk Christian or Cox. I ain't never heard of them when I was up. You feel me? I'm playing against them every week. Come on, man. That's an easy 50. I'm going somewhere too. You feel me? It's set up now so kids, y'all really can go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
and with the media also.
Man, with the Eastern District and how the Beach District was back then, even when y'all had Gilchrist, Pringles. Even though my boy got banned from high school basketball. What's my man that went to the league from last time?
Say he got banned.
Yeah, he got banned. You know he got banned. Person. First time got banned from high school basketball. Yeah. When they got to fight Green Runner.
Shit, he played his senior year, I thought.
He played. He got banned his senior year.
Oh,
He couldn't play the rest of the season. Who else, man? Y'all had some dogs too. Like like back then, like it won't easy like it is now. Like back then, you had to fight BJ too. Like BJ was another underrated sleeper, but he made his own way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like But that's what we had back then. We had a lot of sleepers. Like, I'm pretty sure I was a lot of sleeper to a lot of people because there was Ben Finley, Vernon Macklin, Corey Laws, and all that. But I'm just sneaking up past them quietly.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No, I feel you. So, sophomore year, you say you break your leg before sophomore year?
Yeah, the summertime.
How you do that? So you told me the story a little bit on camera.
And a lead line going up for a dunk, slipped on some sweat on the court, and that jump just popped. But everybody said it looked like I just dislocated my knee. But when I went to the hospital, that was a different story. They said it looked like from the X-ray, because I never seen the X-ray to this day. Still ain't seen it. I want to see it now though, but from the X-ray, they just said it was a big gap right here. So this part of my bone was in my knee. And it was all my ligaments were torn, but they say when they actually cut it open to do the surgery, it was way worse than what they seen on X-ray. So that's why when I came out of surgery, he was like, you might not play basketball no more. Let alone you're not even gonna walk the same. So I was riding all that. That was my confidence coming back. Like once they told me that, I just said, we'll see. Like for real, I was determined. Like we'll see. Hell, I was walking probably like a month after I had surgery. I wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to put no pressure on it, but I was walking a month after I had surgery.
So how long did it take you to recover back?
I got cleared in 6 months, believe it or not. But the head athletic trainer for Virginia High School basketball, Steve, at the time, he didn't clear me. Like I got my doctor's cleared, but he wanted to work with me. So, and he saw how weak my leg. I got cleared from the doctor to play, but he saw how weak my leg was still. So I worked out with him for January all the way into the end of the year, up until the summer going into my junior year. Like just doing different workouts, like getting up summertime, going meet with him, doing workouts, doing physical therapy, all that. After that, by September, like I'm jumping out the gym, messing with his workouts. You feel me? And it's not even.
You feel like you were jumping higher?
Yeah. Like, it's the crazy part. If I broke my leg, I had hops, but afterwards, because I guess I worked so hard, like I was really doing college workouts, like, and I really had a point to prove, like I'm coming back to play basketball, like it's nothing you can tell me. And then right after that, y'all know I broke my leg again right after we won state.
Well, we can't skip past
you
can't skip past your junior year. So junior year, you get in the gym, you back, you got a good team. Going into that season, what coach selling to y'all? What's y'all motivation to get to that state title?
We was the underdogs, but we had the hype too though, cause like now, in summer league, like cause I played summer league, so in summer league we going off. We beating everybody by like 20 or better, and I'm dunking on everybody. Like now they see who I am.
Yeah.
So now we got the hype, but we still the underdogs because, you know what I'm saying, the year before they just, we just got smacked. So it's just like, and then our schedule, we had a hard schedule. Like, but coach did that on purpose because he knew he had the talent. Like now I'm back, we got Twine playing at his peak, Brandon playing at his peak, Lil Dave playing at his peak. Big man, we're like everybody's playing at their peak, and now that they seeing, and it's like I motivated the team too, because they seen how hard it took me to come back and work, and I still was doing the same workout while they practicing. Before practice, I'm still going to work out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to see Steve, do my little workout, stretching and stuff before him, and I still kind of practice and kill. So it's just like I motivated everybody else, just like they motivated me, because they was on my ass too. Every practice, like, come on, man, we need you, especially Brandon. That's my dog, that's my brother. Brandon was on me every day.
Mr. Mid-Range.
We need you. Like, come on, Hollywood, we need you. They want to come to Hollywood, then it was Myles. We need you. So just getting back, and then we had I don't forget, we had Norfolk Collegiate the first game. They had that 7-footer, and what happened first game? Yeah, like I think the third play of the game. We caught it fast, bro. I told Brad to throw it off the backboard. He threw it off the backboard. 7-footer was trying to come, but he moved out the way. And from that dunk, it's just like, we took off. From that dunk, everybody knew it was just like, it's lit now.
Yeah.
Like the old Booker T is back. That's how I guess that's how the crowd was feeling. The old Booker T is back.
Playing that, I think I played that Booker T. I don't know if I think we played a scrimmage. But y'all band is so loud, man.
Yeah.
That band.
You know, we started the band, but my team started the band thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we started, like, Booker T had no band in it. Like, we started our coach and us, we started the band in it. We made it we gave it the Booker Dome. That's why it's the Booker Dome now, because of us.
For real.
Like, the Booker Dome because of us. Like, we pack it out every night. Like, it was to the point where they had to change, like, when it was coming in the front door, they had to change for people come in and come in through the side door because that's how many people coming in too quick. So we got people coming in the front door, we got people coming in the side door getting checked in for the games. Like, it was crazy.
Nah, yeah.
That was a good time.
So y'all get to Virginia Westland and y'all get to play against Tallwood.
Ooh, I know you couldn't wait to get to this one.
I mean, what's going through your head? Because I know you say like prior, you know, most of the people, like for me moving here, they always be like the beach is soft. So you get Tallwood, Virginia Beach on your schedule. You like, yeah, this is gonna be another one.
Honestly, I couldn't even say it was gonna be another one because you know I played with half of y'all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? AAU, so me, you, Juice, Darius, we on the same team.
Yeah.
So I know how y'all coming already. The only person I ain't know about was Kelly Beeler. Like, who is Kelly Beeler? Like, who is that? So, like, that's all I'm hearing in the streets is, like, the matchup is you and him. Yeah. I'm like, matchup me and him? How we matched up? And he don't even know nothing about me. So how did I just automatically say me and him is the matchup? So, now that's when I get to looking in the paper, like, a couple of weeks back. Just
looking in the paper, lost art.
Yeah, just looking to see what the stats is, what he got, what they saying. And then I think I don't know who wrote the article, who did the article on the game before the game, but they basically put it like we were scared of y'all little people.
For real?
Yeah,
I gotta look that up.
So that's how they basically put that story, like we were scared of y'all. I'm like, what? I always lit when we see y'all, because we played y'all first at Wesley. At Wesley.
Yeah. We had one loss at that time. We had lost to Maury the second game.
And I think we only had one loss at that time too. Cause this was early. This was like going towards like December. This was like in December when we played y'all.
It was either a Christmas tournament or Martin Luther King tournament.
But I can't even hold like on going into that game and just the height off the game, cause I didn't even know what the height was gonna be like that. Honestly, I ain't think the height was gonna be like that. And going in the game, once I seen how packed it was, and then I said, "Oh, it's real." We get out there, warm it up. I see our side, y'all side, and I just like the atmosphere. You can already tell. You know what I'm saying? If you're a basketball player, the atmosphere is everything to you. Yeah. Especially if it's a big game. The atmosphere. So I can already tell the atmosphere. So I'm already in my head like, oh no, this gonna be one of them ones. Like, this ain't gonna be easy. And it ain't gonna be hard, but I don't know how it's gonna go. You feel me? That's how I'm thinking in my head. Tip off with me and Beeler, and I think he hit me with what? I think I was checking him at the top of the key. And he jabbed up, I think he went left. And tried to take off on me. I said, oh, foul. Foul. And I told him, don't try that no more. Like, you ain't gonna catch me. Don't try that no more. I'm a foul year. But nah, that game was so intense though, because like it was me, and like the matchup battle wasn't really like the second game. Mm-hmm. You feel me, with me and Beal. Yeah. But the matchup battle was our guards versus y'all guards. Yeah. Like Mike versus Brandon, Darius versus.
No, it was Juice versus Brandon.
Oh, y'all put Juice on Brandon?
Yeah, because Mike ain't played that game. He only played the second one.
He played the second.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone.
So who was checking Twan?
It was Darius. It was either Darius and Twan, me and David.
Yeah, okay, so you and D. Okay, you and D.
Plumber.
Yeah, it was a guard matchup because Darius was torching shit back then. It is what it left hand torching shit.
We was both me and him both left handed. That shit was crazy.
And that's the game. Two left, we only had Ryan out one left hand guard. But nah, when y'all beat us, like, oh, we was sick. I ain't even gonna hold you right. We was sick, but we was like more so. enraged, like, nah, we gonna see them again, but not knowing we really gonna play y'all again.
Yeah.
And then it came up, we gotta play y'all again. What? Oh, it's lit. I couldn't wait when they said we gotta play y'all again. Man, what? I swear, coach had that same article when we lost. Posted right on the door when we walk in for our little meetings. Boom. Posted on the locker room. We're going to change that. Posted on the first door when you walk in the gym, ready for practice. That same article, me and Kelly like this. Nah, that was the second game we was like this. The first, I forgot what the article said. I mean, the picture, who picture it was. It might have been Beagler's picture anyway, because he had a lot of airtime.
He was in the paper.
It might have been his picture when y'all won. He was doing something. He probably was screaming like this or something. But we had that article everywhere that's talking like, oh, see how they said the matchup was? This how this is. Y'all, like, our coach, he from the hood. He goes, oh, he gonna let y'all, like, he used different motivational tactics, whatever.
Yeah.
You gonna let y'all talk to y'all like that? You gonna let them say this about y'all like that? We hear all that out here. We some dogs now at this point. Like, oh, yeah, wait till we play them the time. We lost again.
Describe Churchland, walking into Churchland, seeing all them goddamn people.
Man.
Eastern Region, what is it? The
Honestly,
Eastern Region Championship.
That was the first time in my life that I actually been around an environment like that. Like that, besides college. Like, you know, besides a crazy game in college, like, you might well say that was a college game. For real. A high school college game. I promise. The floor shaking. Like, you can't hear nothing. Let a three go off. Let I'm saying, somebody hit somebody with a nice move. It's going down. They smacking the floor like. Honestly, we ain't seen no games like that since Dodo on there. You feel me? Since honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Cat, when I seen him play at the scope, he had the scope rocking when he dropped my man. I forgot who he dropped. Hit him with something crazy at the baseline. Dropped him. And made the layup. I had went to the game. But I ain't seen it like that atmosphere was just crazy. Like, it was like you couldn't make a mistake, because you make a mistake, you know what the crowd was gonna do to you. And then back then, like, you know what that'll do to a little 16, 17-year-old, you feel, you hear the crowd in the back of your neck, like the crowd was like this. You basically like this, you feel. And man, you know the crowd's most of the people we know. So even if we score under the basket, they right there. Like, it's different when you know everybody, you know what I'm saying? That was just, like, that's an experience I would like everybody to experience, but you can only experience that if you just one of them teams, you feel me? Like, you can't, like, you can be a good player, but you got to be one of them teams that experience something like that. You know what I'm saying?
How many people tried to come in with y'all during that time? I know it was like super sold out. Like, all our parents had to walk in with us.
Yo, yeah, that's how it was.
I mean, the whole church, like, the upstairs, everywhere.
Like, the crazy part, the only, like, I guess they made an exception for me, like, cause it's crazy, cause my mom worked nights, so when she did make the game late, and you know it sold out, I started the game. I swear to God, I would have started the game. Can I get my mom in the game? But I ain't had to do that. Like, my coach was already on, and somebody already get her. But we had to do the same thing, like, cause it's crazy, especially at Booker T. Like, if you weren't there by the time the girls' game started, you might not get in. Like, and that's just how it was. And then now you'll say, all right, I gotta go to the other game now. Like, it was like that back then with us. Like, they'd be mad they couldn't get in the Booker T game. I gotta go to the other game now, cause I mean, back then we had the hottest Friday night game every Friday. You know what I'm saying? Besides y'all and Moore, cause Moore had Cam. You know what I'm saying? They had big names too, but if it wasn't y'all, Moore, and like, everybody at our game, you feel me? Well, nobody going to them other games. If they couldn't get in one of them 3 games, now we got to go to the other game.
What was that matchup like against Maury? Because they did have, what Washington, Cam.
Man.
What was the shooter? What got his name? He was tall.
Oh, you talking about,
I forget his name.
Hold on. Yeah, Cam.
Prince, right?
Yeah, Prince.
Yeah,
Prince. What's my boy name? I forget his name, man.
Yeah, the point guard used to wear the headband.
Reggie. Blow Reggie,
yeah.
Blow Reggie,
They had
Prince
a
Cam, and I forgot the other dude now. I dunked on him at the buzzer. For real.
What was those games like?
Crazy. Like, alright, so you know how our games was intense like that. Think about it, just Norfolk now.
Nah, yeah.
That was 10 times worse than the Boogie Dome anymore. Cause like I say, it was like Carolina versus Duke. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to call it who is who. You feel me? But the atmosphere is Carolina versus Duke when it was Moore versus Boogie T. And that's cause like, and they was good. Don't get me wrong. And we had their number. We had y'all had our number. We had their number. We beat them both times during the regular season. They beat us in the district tournament. They beat us in the championship in the district tournament. They got their win off that. But we was hoping to see them in the regional tournament, but they ain't make it. We had to play.
We seen them.
Yeah, I seen them. Y'all knocked them. That's how we played y'all again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said we had to play y'all. Yeah, I'm mad I lost that too. So that's all good. But nah, more like with Cam, like, cause it's crazy. I had Prince on me. Prince or Cam. It was my matchup. But like the first game, I think I had 2 points the first half on them. Man, I got cussed out on locker room. Coach ain't even focused on nobody else. He focused on me. I had 22 in the second half. Against them. Dunked on Cam and Prince. Got the picture. I still have the picture and everything. Both on Cam. And look, Cam in front of me jumping like this, Prince behind me like this. Like, that's my dogs though. But like that matchup was crazy though, cause they easily could have won state too though.
No, yeah, for sure.
They easily, cause like Cam, like a lot of people think he a dog on the football, but he was a dog on the basketball court too though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they easily could have won state. So I shout out to that team too. Y'all easily could have won state. Granby, they was alright too, but they weren't like our matchup. You know what I'm saying? Granby matchup came about my senior year. That's when the Dallas versus Myles. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like my senior year. Everybody wanted to go against me for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, what was you first team?
First team
all Tallwood.
All Tallwood as a junior.
Yeah.
I think I was the only junior on the team. But then I was first team. But see, my senior year, I was player of the year and everything.
You was everything, yeah.
I was player of the year, first team Tallwood, player of the year in the state, player of the year region,
Eastern District.
Hey, look, hey, C-Mac, shout out to my man C-Mac, because C-Mac, honestly, I told him because he averaged more than me in the district. He should have got the district. I give him that. He should have got the district. Because I was average 14. I just mean my average just looked good. Because, you know what I'm saying, I was like a human highlight tape, so it just looked good.
It probably reflected on what the team was doing as well.
Yeah, they was already nervous. Like, my senior year, if we ain't beat them in the tournament, that's probably what messed them up. If they would have beat us and went the way we went, then they probably went a little farther. But we beat them and they had to go the loser route. So they had to play all the hard teams first. Yeah. And they got put out early. And then I think we got put out my senior year in the semifinals against Danville. Okay. They had our number that year because we had their number when we won state. Like they won. But the crazy that came down to the wire too. Like they earned that win. They had to really earn that win because we was supposed to have been back to back. I was supposed to be playing against Highland Springs. And
that's what we wanted to play against.
Yeah, I wanted them too. I wanted Jamal and what's the other boy that had the bounce. I wanted because them two played in the All-Star game with me. And
Brandon Roselle was
Roselle got MVP over me. I don't know how. Shout out to you, Brandon Roselle, you my man. But I don't know how. He even said it. I don't know how. Like, if you look at the numbers, if we're just talking about MVP, the most valuable player. Only reason why he got it because his coach had to take over the head coaching role. Coach Saddle was supposed to be the head coach. Coach Saddle ain't come to the game at all. So his coach was the head coach, and like, all right, you're going to get him because y'all just won state. But the numbers, I killed the All-Star game, and we won. Because of me. That was the crazy part, because of me. We can go back and look at the numbers, look at the stat line. I think I had like 25, 12, and like 5. He only had like 16. Well, he got MVP. I was heated. I wanted that shit.
Where was it at?
Hannah Coliseum.
Okay.
I never forget that. I wanted that shit. Sorry to cuss, but I wanted that. I wanted that shit. I'm sorry.
So going back to the region game, we beat y'all regions. Another time we beat y'all by 1 point. What going in the locker room? What's the speech like? What are you talking about? with the coach? How the coach motivating y'all?
Mm.
Because it ain't over. You still get a bid. So
We still get a bid.
states.
We still get a bid. We would. Whew, that was. It was more so. Alright, we know it. Like we know what we did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we sad. We hurt. Like we hurt. So like, it's really like kind of. We was quiet at first. We was in there quiet about a good 5-10 minutes. Mm-hmm. We was quiet. Like everybody, I mean, getting their little sniffles out. But then, you know what I'm saying, we got a break. We do got another game. Yeah. So we not out, so we got to bounce back. So it's just like, more so, he didn't really say nothing too much that night. Let us just go ahead and go home for real. Like, the next day though, it was real. Went to film, watching film, seeing where we messed up at. And then the whole motivation was, we're going to see y'all in the championship. And that's what he kept saying. He was like, we're going to see them in the championship. And I ain't know nothing about no Scotty Reynolds back then, no George Washington, no nothing. All we was focused on is y'all on the other side of the bracket. Yeah. We on this side of the bracket. That was the motivation. We going to see y'all in the state. Because we knew y'all was going to get back. Like, oh, we already knew. Y'all beat us here. Y'all going to get there. Uh-huh. And I swear that was the whole, and like, that was just the talk of Norfolk though. Like, oh yeah, y'all gonna see them in the championship. Like, and that's why we were like so hurt when y'all ain't make it. Like for real, like we was hurt. Cause even though we gotta play this game, we really wanted to play y'all. Like, we really wanted to play y'all. Y'all want to win that game. Like it's up for debate. It's up for debate. It'll always be a debate. Yeah, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You can beat a team twice. You can have the number twice. Yeah. But 3 times in a row, now y'all would have owned us. Then I couldn't see nothing. When it comes with Boogie T. Tallwood, then y'all would have owned us.
Everybody say we was mad when y'all won the state, but I was like, shit, they bring it back to 757. That's what we cared about. After the fact, we got our heart broken. Shit, they bring it back to 75.
That's how we looked at it too. Like I told you, man, I said I'd have looked at it like, even though I would have been hurt, we would have lost if we would have played John State and lost. But I would have looked at it like I told them, like, we both winners, because like this is something big for the area that ain't nobody talked about. Like honestly, like I feel like our teams really got the area getting talked about in basketball since then. You feel me? That's what made it come back to this area. Yeah. Like I don't feel it was. Oh, this thing. No. I feel like it was like that whole Eastern District, that whole year from 2006, 2005, 2006, so 2006, 2007. Like we brought the spotlight back to the 75. You feel me? As far as basketball, as far as kids wanting to, I can take this serious for real. You feel me? Because back then, you gotta think we ain't had the Instagrams, the YouTubes. Yeah. The 7 City Hoop takes, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had none of that. We just had MySpace. And newspaper and MySpace.
Bro, they don't understand. Cutting seeing the paper the next day, just cutting your little clip.
I'm trying to like, it was so real. I subscribed, like, in high school basketball, yes, I subscribed to the Virginia Pilot. I wanted to get my clippings every week. Forget that.
It was the Virginia Pilot, Virginia Press. Yeah, it was like Rivals or something like that.
Yeah, Rivals. But see, that was still more and that's when the internet wave was just popping off. But Rivals and Prep was like the top 2. Yeah. Cause what's my man? Cause he still be doing the Rivals too. Matt. Yeah, Matt. Matt.
I still talk to him a lot.
Yeah, Matt. I gotta get his number because he wanna do an interview with me too. Cause I told him I still got the article he did with me and everything. Now the braids and everything. I see. I don't know what I was on back then.
If you get to the state championship, what's going through your head? Y'all not losing this shit. You gotta be like, y'all not losing this shit.
And what's crazy, because ironic, like when we got there, and then once they noticed it was the 20th year anniversary, like we win, it'll be exactly 20 years from when our coach won it. That was an even bigger motivation for us. So it was like, and then we looking at each other like, man, we got this far, like. I'm looking like, cause most of my team was seniors. So I'm looking at them like, look, I got y'all this far, y'all better not let me down. Yeah. Cause I ain't really had a good game in a state championship game. I think I only had like 11 points. I ended up hurt my leg in the first quarter. So it was just like, I feel like I ain't played my best in the state championship game, but my guys did. They came through for me. Brandon, Dave, Twan. Because Brandon and Twan, boy, one for them keeping up Scotty running with them threes. Man. But Lil Dave's the one that really set the tone for us. Because he gave all them defense. Usually he is one that he gonna get his little points. He set the tone on defense on Scotty. Like, he gave him hell. Like, basically gave him hell. Like, Scotty hated him. He all let him, like, touching him.
Yeah. Talking
shit to him. Just doing whatever he can to get him out of his game. Whatever foul on him, kill. You can go to the free throw line. You ain't shooting that three.
Yeah.
Like doing anything. He hated that. Even I caught Scotty one time trying to come out the pit and foul. I take the foul. I looked at go. I'm gonna take this foul right quick. Like them type of players, you gotta do what you gotta do to get them out their game.
You gotta touch them.
And it worked. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, he had 22, but he averaged 45.
Yeah.
If he had 22, he averaged 45. That means the rest of the team got to score.
Yeah.
They couldn't do that. We win the game. Yeah. And that's just what it was with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Scotty would have got to 30, we probably would have lost. You feel me? And that's just being realistic. But the defensive plan was held him. So we were trying to hold him under 20. But if we held him to at least 25 and under, we win the game. And don't let nobody else score, we win the game. Well, that was the main motivation. I got the big man. They ain't doing nothing. Yeah. Brandon got to take the guards off because it was him and the little white boy that looked like Steve Nash. Man, he played just like Steve Nash. I swear to God.
He was tough though.
Man, you couldn't tell me that wasn't Steve Nash just his son or something. Like, I don't care what nobody said. He had the passes like Nash. He was running like he was running Scotty off them pitch. Like he was a real point guard. Yeah. And he was orchestrating it for him. Like, it wasn't for him. If he probably would have had like a better shooting game, they might would have won. They might, but I can't take no credit from him because he was nice. Yeah, he was nice. I think Brandon punched him in the nose. For real. Like, that's all basketball, but you had to slow him down. Like, and it stopped him because his nose started bleeding. Like, give us a break, time out. We got to say, look, don't let him get the ball no more.
So the buzzer go off, Booker T, state championship.
I got trampled.
Trampled?
Yeah, I got trampled.
What was that feeling like? I need that.
When I actually got under the mosh pit, it wasn't no better feeling. We felt like we won the NBA championship. I ain't gonna hold you. We felt like we won the NBA championship just cause I don't even think we supposed to left VCU like an hour. We supposed to been got out of the locker room so the other team coming in. We in there celebrating. I don't know where they got champagne from. I swear to God, I don't know where they got champagne from. They popping bottles of champagne, but like the coaches are there, I'm just looking like, hey, what we get champagne for? It's a whole key to it. So then we get back on the bus on the way home. Man, it's like the whole crowd from the game is following us back to Norfolk. So when we get back to Boogie T, I'll lie to you now, I ain't leave Boogie T until like 2 o'clock that morning. The whole city, just like the whole city was out there. And they had shirts, they had everything. Like everything you can think of for a championship team, they had. They had shirts, they had of course we already had somebody was already making shirts with our faces on them with different plays and shit. But when they came out with the championship shirts, y'all had to have these printed before we won. So y'all really believed in it. That was the love. They really believed in us.
That's what's up.
I wish I still had one of them shit. I actually got washed so many times, faded. I should have just kept it instead of wearing it.
That's what's
up.
But
it was nothing but love. It was crazy. And then just even walking around the city, going to the mall, going here, everybody recognize, everybody know you because they read the paper. It's a lost art. They read their paper. And congrats, y'all boys. You feel me? That'll boost your confidence another level too. You feel me? And get ready for year 2 because now all my seniors gone. So now, which is me, my senior year. So it's it's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to even try to even just get back to that level. You feel me? Yeah. It's a lot of pressure because this team, my senior year team, wasn't the same as my junior year team. I had all young fellas. Yeah. And now I'm the senior, so I got to kind of try to mold them into what we just got finished doing. You feel me? But it was definitely a good season. I don't say we had a bad season. But we started off right. I think I lost like the first 7 games. I went like, no, I ain't go 0-7. I went like something like 5-7 in the first couple of games span, and then it picked up once we finally came together, and I figured I ain't want to be no guard no more. For real, I was trying to be a guard. I was playing it too. I was trying to, and that was my goal to try to get to the next level. Man, put me back on the block.
Yeah.
Just put me back on the block. I worked my way out then. You feel me? Because that wasn't working. So we had to go back to the big. Once we did that, then we won game after game after game. Like now we can contenders, and because my senior year, I think was the highest we got to ranking was like 5th. Like 5th or 6th. So once we had that low tournament seed, I took it upon myself. Like I had the best run that they probably ever seen in Eastern this year. I took it upon. I wasn't trying to lose. I was trying to get back to state. So I went from averaging 15, 16 points to averaging 25, 35, 30, another 35, another 30, another 28 to lose to Danville, you feel me? And I probably had like 20 in that game. But just the span to try to coming from where I came from to go like that, it was crazy. Ain't nobody seen that type of span.
Your accomplishments was crazy. What? It was you won Eastern District Player of the Year.
Yeah,
Eastern Region Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Then you was Tallwood Player of the Year, and then you was first team All State, right?
Yeah, I won State Player of the Year too.
Oh, All State Player of the Year too.
I won my senior year. I won every Player of the Year.
What was that feel like, and what you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, that was a good feeling because like you can trash talk all your friends.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm Player of the Year.
You got the big picture.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Kim Rogers was back to back. Yeah, we Player of the Year. Shout out Kim, because Kim was a dog.
Yeah.
Kim was a dog. Like, they whole team, that whole Prince Anne team was a dog. But, man, that, like, honestly, just hard with what I went through with breaking my leg so many times in high school. Cause, you know, and we ain't even talk about the other time I broke my leg. We skipped that, but it's cool.
No. We talk about it.
But when I like just breaking your leg, like just constantly got to keep overcoming a certain challenge and just finally getting recognized or something. Yeah, I feel good. Especially when you're an underdog, you came from like no name, no nothing. I just basically popped out of nowhere from AAU.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, so that feels good until most of these things that been playing, like they been playing AAU or they been had names or they been had, you know what I'm saying, supporters. Like I built my own name from the mud up, you know what I'm saying, with my team.
True. So you broke your leg before your senior year or after your senior year?
Before and after.
And I understand that kind of hurted your recruitment.
Yeah. So
like, what schools was contacting you before and after? Like, how did that work out?
Honestly, like, all right, before my senior year, when I broke my leg, like, I had the
same leg.
Yeah, the same leg from the surgery. So like, and it's crazy because I broke my leg playing against Andre Johnson in my Valentine at the basketball court. We was out this court called Valentine on a good Sunday hooping. Like it was good rec. Like we out there hooping. Hit a spin move. When I spent, my leg spent with it too. But it was just like, when I spent, I guess, like, because it wasn't nothing but a stretch fracture. So when I spent, I don't know how I spent, but when I spent, I stretch fractured my leg. So when I spent, it was just like a big lump that popped up. I'm like, oh, but I couldn't put pressure on it, so I was just like, oh, so all of them helped me to the, I'm like, man, I got to call my mama. Somebody called my mama. I called my mama, she was like, you did it again, didn't you? I'm like, you got to go to the hospital. Like, I had a full leg cast on for 4 months.
Damn.
Full, like that shit stopped. Like it came all the way that high, all the way covered my foot. The lady was like, nah, I don't want you moving this leg. I don't want you doing nothing. You did too much to the leg, so they booted me off for 4 months. Couldn't do nothing. But even with them, I was still trying to, I'm still in the gym shooting, you know, I'm still trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then after my senior year, when I went to Brunswick, because I ain't even get to go to Johnson C. Smith like recruiting. Like I said, like my recruiting, my grades really weren't good coming out of high school. You feel me? And I ain't had no SAT score, so I had to go JUCO. So when cause I signed with I signed with Johnson C. Smith coming out of high school. Like I was supposed to go D2 CIAA, go with them. So they came, like I signed with them, went there, moved my stuff in, everything. And orientation, they came and got me out of orientation. It was like the scholarship ain't go through. I had to leave.
Damn.
Like I had to call my peoples back and be like, hey, y'all gotta come get me, or they about to put me out. You know what I'm saying?
How long were you there before they told you that?
Like 3 weeks.
Damn.
Practicing everything. So once the scholarship ain't go through, so I wasn't tripping, but I ended up calling my high school coach. So when I called him, they called me back. He called me back like a couple hours later, like, how you feel about going JUCO? I'm like, I don't care. I need to go somewhere. I can't go here. So that's how I got to Brunswick. The coach at Brunswick was like, I'll take him. So instead of my uncles and them taking me home, when they came and got me, they took me to Brunswick. And I moved in down there,
and that's where that crazy ass highlight tape is from.
Yeah, that highlight tape was different. Hey, because I figured I had something to prove. I'm like, I felt like they were playing with me at Johnson C. Smith. Like my scholarship, like I've been here for 3 weeks. And now my scholarship ain't go through, so now, like I told my high school tutor, he said, this your opportunity to go somewhere better. Like how God work. So now you better use this and work your ass off and go somewhere. So I'm like, in my mind, now I'm in college now, so it's JUCO, but oh well, everybody getting dunked on. I know my mentality, I swear to God. That was my mentality.
I remember us, me and Dad watching that shit like, yo, look at Myles, this nigga is going crazy.
Yo, everybody getting, like, that's one thing I pride, like, and it's crazy, boy, if you talk to any one of my college teammates that I played with, they'll tell you I walk around practice mad until I dunk on somebody.
Yeah.
After that, then we can have fun. Like the practice, it seems like practice can resume. We can have fun, and they know it. I'm gonna catch one of y'all. Like y'all about to stop playing with me. Like somebody gonna get dunked on, and then we can have fun, laugh, and joke, and practice. But I'm gonna catch one, and it could be real crazy. Like man, it's crazy how I used to catch some of them. Right, it's crazy.
So how'd you end up going to Brunswick? Then going to what was it? Heat Academy or something?
Heat Academy. All right. So with Brunswick, right.
Because usually you do 2 years of JUCO, right?
Yeah, 2 years of JUCO, and then when I went to Heat Academy, I got a year back. So when I was at Brunswick, I wanted to leave because like I wasn't really rocking with the coach. You know what I'm saying? We settled our differences years later, but I felt like they were trying to fail me to make me stay there. So because I had to go to summer school there, so I'm like, I don't want to go to summer school there. I'm already trying to leave. Like I'm gonna go to another JUCO. So. Just keep calling around, so I ended up calling my high school coach again, and then the Heat Academy coach called my high school coach like, look, I'm starting this program. I think Myles would be the best fit. So he was like, what's the program? He was like basically he'll be in prep school, but I'm gonna be in college. So I still was confused on this. Like, but once he said he gonna have me, he was like, nah, you ain't gotta pay for nothing. They already got your room and board. This is school you're gonna be going to. All y'all doing is playing. It's basically like you playing club ball. And like honestly, I'm thinking about starting one of them type programs. Cause you can have prep, like it's basically a prep school. So all our high school players went to the local high school. The college players, it was only like 4 college players, me and 3 other people. We went to the community college, like TCC. We went there, like, and we got the criteria of all the classes you got to take so they can transfer whenever you want to go somewhere. And like he knew all of this. Like he was smart. He did his research. So with the high school players is they got their regular 4 years when they come out. You know what I'm saying? We're just playing club ball, but at the same time they can reclassify up to probably I think 2 extra years. With the JUCO players, you can do it 2 years, and you only gonna lose 1 year. So being that I already played 1 year, this was my second year, basically like I'm sitting out. So I got 3 years to play because I ain't played in no level. So, and I'm still getting my grades. So like, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It sound crazy as hell, but it works. So that's how I got like, cause I'm playing against like the top prep schools like Cherish Prep, Like at the time, I forgot it was another prep school in Florida. They was like the #1 team. We beat them. Like we was playing against all ranked teams. As far as the prep school, we weren't playing against no little white boy, no Norfolk Christian. Like we were trying to play. We were trying to get a game with high grade with big younger than them. They were scared of players. And I said, y'all was scared of players. High grade, Old Hill wasn't scared of players. They was booked. We was trying to get Old Hill. They was booked. They like Old Hill, like high price. Back then, high grade was just really coming up.
Yeah.
But they was scared, and like they coach knew I went to school with Young.
Yeah.
Nah, let's play. We had the better team though. Crazy, like we had like my big man. He went to Cincinnati. I had Karan Butler nephew on our team. Like Dez went to Heat Academy.
I talked to him about it. That's how I know.
Dez went to Heat Academy. I had Karan Butler nephew. I had my man Marvin Fitzgerald from Milwaukee. He was a bucket too. Like it's crazy because he played like he reminded me of like Glenn Rice. Chunk was crazy and big just like him, but he got moves though. You feel me? Like who else we had? Like we had a couple of nice little guys. My man Quan Nobles, he went to Middle Tennessee State, got buckets out there. He had a good career out there. Like we had some players. But from there, like it was between me and the big man, like who was getting the most offers, because it was crazy. Like I just went from leaving doing windmills on them. I'm in prep school doing windmills with them. Man, you like I got kind of like I'm a little bigger than them because like shit, we playing a little high school niggas for real. I just did a year of college, so I'm going to work. Everybody getting nothing on. So I had offers from everywhere, man. I mean, like and I tore my ACL at the end of the year. In my leg. But the crazy, I was playing. I was still playing. And I was still playing up until I had surgery, still dunking on everybody there. I ain't know I tore my ACL until I went home and went to the doctor. So,
that's crazy.
Right when I called my coach, I'm like, yo, I tore my ACL. I can go ahead and have ACL surgery now so I can be ready for the next basketball season when I sign the scholarship because I already had a couple of offers. Or I can wait. So he was like, I'm going to call you back. Coming back, so we went ahead and told Nebraska I gotta have ACL surgery, and they was like, I don't care, I still want them. So and then in between Nebraska and Miami, so Miami wanted me to go they wanted me to do another workout, but when they scheduled me to come out there for the workout, it would have been past the time for me to have surgery. So just talking to my mom and the coach, it was like, I'm gonna go ahead and have surgery. So once I had the surgery, they called, like, he's still coming for the workout? He was like, nah, he had surgery. So I lost that scholarship, but they wanted me back too. So if I would have waited and just went to go work out, I probably would have been in Miami instead of Nebraska. But then I had Miami, Nebraska, LaSalle, Cal. I'm going to tell you why I ain't go to Cal. He straight up told me, he was like, hey, the work here hard and ain't no help. Like, you ain't gotta tell me. You can't tell me somebody like me like they work here hard and I ain't got no. You know what? That's not the school I want to go to. I ain't even saying like that. Like Nebraska, they had or like I was mad. I should say in Nebraska though. But Nebraska when I got there, I had tutors and everything. They gave me what I needed to be successful. And like ain't no chicken house. I don't understand why motherfuckers say bitch schools. No, they give you what you need. You get your tutors. You and study hard, like, and they own you. They make sure you do that. Or now, what you do in your free time, they don't care. But when you in work time, and I call work time from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, whenever that last class is, that's work time. And practice and all that. And like you in that time, they make sure you got what you need. They make sure you don't fuck around. You ain't doing this because they want no fucking around in Nebraska. Like I had a 3.7. I had a 2.0 at Booker T. Barely. You feel me? So that's a big difference. You feel me? They make sure you know what I'm saying, them bitch schools, if they're going to invest in you, they're going to invest in you. That's why I should have stayed there. But me being just wanting to play basketball, I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm trying to play basketball. I'm trying to go to the next level. I can't play basketball on the next level and sit on the bench the whole year here. You feel me? So that's where like the battle with me came in. Like with trusting myself. I should have trusted the process. I probably would have beat all the niggas out in playing time. But being I just want to play. And then being there, I ain't got time to wait another year. Cause then in the other year after that, that's my senior year. I'm done. You feel me? By the time I try to, I ain't gonna have no mediocre on my senior year. I'm trying to transfer, kill this year, so my senior year I can set myself up to go somewhere. But it ain't work out like that. But it's all good. I ain't mad. I mean, I got everything I needed from college. You feel me?
So after Nebraska, you went to.
After Nebraska, South Carolina, Aiken.
What was it like there?
It was cool there. I met some good people there. Like, it was cool. I mean, coach was cool at first, you know what I'm saying? But they promised me a lot of stuff that Nebraska gave me that they couldn't do. Like, as far as my tutors and all that. Like, one thing about South Carolina, their curriculum is hard. Like, super hard. Like, they D2 got the same curriculum as the University of South Carolina. You feel me? That shouldn't be like that. You feel me? Especially if you don't have the resources to accommodate the students with. You feel me? Like, I studied hard with there was, I'm coming to sign a piece of paper, I'm going back to my room. I wish I would have did that in Nebraska. Or you off this team, like, ain't no signing no paper, you out, they right there. When you sign in, pull your computer out, what you got to work on for the day. They already know what you got to work on for the day. You feel me? That's how much they own it. So you can't feel it. You feel me? Yeah, it was just like, same name on the paper. Ain't nobody here. I'm out of here. I ain't going back to my room. I ain't about to do this. I'm about to go hit one, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I just made the wrong decision. Cause I could have went to Virginia State. I should have went there. Honestly, I should have went there. But trying to get to a higher ranking so I can play in a higher league, you feel me? Like, it is what it is. I ain't never tripping about it. Which is a good life lesson.
So college basketball, what's the next move for you? Where'd you go next? Did you try to play professionally?
I had an agent. The agent I had, like, we were shopping it up. I sent him a little bit of money to, like, try to get me some contracts. You know, like, pay an agent. But basically ended up getting scammed for real. So from there, it was just more so of, like, all right, I'm going to just try to do it on my own and get, you know what I'm saying, word of mouth here, word of mouth, you know what I'm saying. Played, that's when I ended up playing, meeting up with White Chocolate now when I was fresh out of college. And they was doing a little tour with Guns, my man Gundy. So he ended up linking me in, like both of us, we ended up playing with them for a summer. You know what I'm saying? They paid us every game we came out there. Like, man, it was all love, peace. I had fun with that. Like, cool. They ended up playing, you know, a couple of semi-pro leagues. Tried to go pro. I had a couple of little trials I done went to, but, you know what I'm saying, just ain't work out, so. You know what I'm saying? Can't be mad. It is what it is.
So you come back home, you playing Pro-Am. The Pro-Am was at what? The Pro-Am at Booker T at that time when you first started playing in it?
When I first started, yeah. When I first started, it was at Booker T.
What was the love like when you came back?
It was real. It was mad love. Cause I ran the Pro-Am for a couple of years. Like, out of the Pro-Am, I say I got, like, out of all the years I done played, I got at least, I think I got the most championships out of any player at the Pro-Am. And I done played on every battle team, so I don't want to hear what nobody got to say. Well, I know I got 3 with the money team. I got 1 with the AI team, the Hampton team. No, I got 2 with them. I got 2 with them, and I got 1 with, I think it was the real team. I played with them 1 year. But yeah, I think out of all the players around here, I got the most championships in Pro-Am. If I'm wrong, somebody come at me and tell me, give me your stats. We got ask Flood. I done caught so many people. I be forgetting when I dunk on people. Like, I told the people be coming up and like, bro, you don't know you dunk on me. I'm like, bro, I dunk on so many people, bro. It's just like, and then like I can't say this. I'm one of the only ones that I can guarantee it. I only been dunked on by 4 people in my life, and I just recently started getting caught when I started getting older. That's the craziest part. Like, I usually block shit. Like, I never got dunked on in college. No college player can say they dunked on me. I dunked on them in the game. I'm talking about in the game. Only person that dunked on me, Dez caught me in pickup. We know Richard Ross caught me at the Pro-Am, but he did me dirty too. Like, that was the worst shot I ever got. Like, he probably...
You said Ross?
Yeah, Richard Ross. He caught me on the putback.
Okay.
Like, bad. He took it out of my hand. And you know, I jumped high too, and I got
Ross get up.
But he get up.
Yeah,
he caught me. Of course, we know Mike Anderson caught me. My homeboys would never let me live this one down. Like, they play this shit every time I go around, and they had on TV when I walk in the crib. Yo, remember when he dunked on you? Don't even know about that Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson been around a whole bunch of times. Like, I don't know you. He dunked on you. And then my man's Nebraska caught me. Well, he caught me in practice. So I don't count that.
And my mistake, it wasn't you. It was Fisher.
Yeah, Fish caught him. Yeah, I remember that. I was at
Yeah, Fisher got him.
Fish got him. I remember that. That was, hey. Cause we beat them. Cause who I dunked on for that team that game? Cause I caught somebody on that team that game.
Yeah, you did. Oh man, I just watched it too.
But that was, hey.
That year was crazy. But I heard the year before that was even crazier. They said that Fisher and Welsh was going crazy. Stupid. What? Like, Welsh had like a game, like 57.
Yeah, well, all threes though. All three, like, that's the crazy part. Welsh was different. I'm trying to tell you, when Welsh get in that attitude, like, he know he get his attitude because he ain't gonna pass the ball. He ain't looking for nobody to get the ball. He coming out get buckets, and he gonna demand the ball every time. Like, but he was a bucket though, so you gotta respect. You gotta get to him. But him and Fish combo, when they comboed that year, man, I think they won the championship that year. Like, it was 50-50. You feel me? Like, it was, like, how can you compete with that 50-50? Like, these two, you know for sure these two niggas gonna give you 50. Oh. How can you stop that? You know it's coming, but how can you stop it? Yeah. Because Fish is unguardable. To me, the most unguardable person in the 757 is Marcus Fisher.
I gotta get his story. Come on the show, Fish. You got everybody want to know your story.
Fisher is the most unguardable person. And y'all can talk to AI, like, that wasn't my era. Marcus Fisher from Portsmouth, Virginia. The most unguardable person in the 757, I promise you. And we ain't talking about now because he old. Go look at his highlights. Most unguardable person, I promise you. Like, he was the first person I really seen master that Euro. Like, master it. Like, this is back then before the Euro
was
popular.
Speeds, too. He do slow, fast, everything.
And he got that was the crazy part. And he got bounced though.
Yes. Like, sneaky bounce.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He don't even got no bounce, but make you look at him and think, man, hey, all right.
No jump.
No, please. Wild thing learned the hard way. Wild, shout out to Wild. You got my man.
Did you ever play on a TBT team?
Nah.
How you feel about that? Because I mean, they had about 3 of them.
I got hated on. They know I got hated on. Like, back then, like, and I ain't even gonna call their names out, but you know, it was a couple of players when that TBT was really popping off. When it first popped off, that wasn't supposed to play on that team over me. Yeah. Like, a couple of players.
I
even
like
with Jalea and them. Even with Jalea and them played the first 757 city
7 City Grain or something like
why
that.
Why wasn't I on that team? I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But I would say he trying to ask me years later, like, I don't want to be. What the fuck I'm playing you? Because you can't get your same players no more. Yeah. Fuck you guys with me for? I don't want to play in that shit. You see me? Like, that's what that is. But I had offers of playing the New York team. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man from Nebraska wanted me to come play in New York with him on his team, but his team just ain't getting selected to play in it. Because, you know, you got to put your team in it and y'all got to get selected. So we ain't get enough votes. Yeah. To get in it, so like, but other than that, like, but it took for somewhere in another state to ask me to play. Yeah. Like, nobody, like, that's why I don't get about this Virginia shit, cause like, besides the people I know that I'm cool with and shit, like, it's a lot of haters and dick riders. You feel me? Like, and it shouldn't be like it should just be like regular, let everybody play, best man should play. You feel me? Cause if I'm starting a team like that, I'm coming to call all the best players I can get. I ain't calling my homeboys and friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna win no money that way. That's why we ain't win. You can win some money calling your homeboys and friends. Yeah. You gotta call the best players. Yeah. You feel me? If we throw a tournament here, like every time y'all do y'all league, y'all wanna get the best teams, right? Yeah. I ain't gonna wanna get a league full of my homeboys. That league ain't gonna go nowhere. Yeah. You feel me? So like I look at it like that. Like I'm a realist, bro. I'm a logic. Like that's why you see me bounce around from a lot of teams. I play with the best people. I want to play with the best people. I don't want to play with just my homeboy. Like that's fun. When I want to play with my homeboy, we can play in the 40 and up league. Well, ain't nobody taking it serious.
Yeah.
I take basketball serious. You feel me? That's why I don't coach right now.
Yeah.
I still try to play. Like everybody asks me to coach, but I still try. I really take this stuff still serious. Like I don't work out or nothing no more. Like it's crazy, but when I'm about to go play, like I want to like make sure we serious because like my knowledge of the game is different from a lot of other motherfuckers. You feel me? Like I don't just play to say we gonna stand out there and everybody go for 20. Like right now, I can still get 20.
Yeah.
But right now my game is not getting 20. My game is defense, block shots, and probably I'm gonna get to 10.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm gonna play good D. Cause that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now if I wanna turn up, I can turn up. But other than that, I know the role of the game, you feel me? Like,
you know how to play your role.
Yeah, I know these young boys way faster and got way more hops than me. Like, what's my one man? He was just on our team for the Hoop League shit too. He just went overseas.
Oh, right. Oh, you talking about
what is it?
Bam.
Bam?
Jaja.
Jaja, yeah. Jaja, that's my guy. Oh my God, Jaja. And I kind of watched him when he first got in college, like playing against on the program.
Yeah.
And to what he at now, like.
Yeah.
Dog,
He's a good grind. Definitely good grind.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I love his story. He got a good story too. You know what I'm saying? Playing at the apprenticeship, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he a dog. You feel me? Like, them the stories I like. I don't like all the big men. I like the lower level motherfuckers that don't nobody know and they out here killing right now. You feel me? Like even with Pringles goddamn, like nobody like to talk about Pringles. Pringle, he had this little trouble when he went to Penn State, but Pringle is still overseas killing right now.
Yeah.
And don't nobody talk about him. You feel me? And he getting buckets. And that's why he hit me up every time he come back home. Like, you feel me? I like them type players, you feel me? Like, of course we know about the Dodos, we know about, you know what I'm saying? We know about that. We know about the, you know what I'm saying, what's my other man that went to, Trent? I want to say Trent. Trent nice too.
Yeah, Trent overseas right now.
Yeah, Trent overseas, you know what I'm saying? I love his story, you feel me? He wasn't really popular, but he was on that side with them. You feel me? And I feel like everybody looking at Dodo and all them, they forgot about him, but he really over there going crazy, you feel me? Like, I mean, we played the Boogie T versus Norfolk game, but Briante came to play with us and we had no players. And Briante was going at it, and at the time I'm thinking like, man, Briante don't kill this nigga. And he was killing Briante. I'm sorry, he was hitting him without like, okay. This young nigga nice. That's when I first battled. You feel me? Like I'm out here and learn
his bag
his
is crazy.
Yeah, learn his story.
Pro-am, yeah, his bag is definitely crazy. So like, before we get out of here, what's the best player you ever had to play against?
From the area or just in general?
Yeah. Of your lifetime playing basketball, the best player you got to guard playing. Udo
from Bill. Solid. He was big, you know what I'm saying? But he a solid player, like, and he more skilled. He might be like a Tim Duncan. He just skilled. He don't try to go off flashy, this and like, he just skilled, real solid, but I don't know, I couldn't explain it. So like, he just was solid, but he can't check me, but I couldn't check him either. I couldn't check him either. I get to you real, like, and just like the IQ he had, like, you know what I'm saying, with the crafting, because he ain't really too tall, he ain't really too big, but he's 6'8", but he one of them small 6'8", you get what I'm saying? Like, they ain't really too big. Like, I'm a big 6'5", you feel me? That's why I play big man sometimes. He a small 6'8", so he probably can get away with going on the wing sometimes, but he stayed down low. That was his game, you feel me? Like, and he just was solid. Hit that jump hook, left jump hook, you know what I'm saying, 2 dribble, you know what I'm saying? He don't step out nowhere but 12 foot and better. That was his game, you feel me?
And if you could give advice to your younger self, what advice would you have given your younger self?
Trust the process. Stay where your heart tell you at the first time. Trust the process. Still your heart tell you the first time. Instead of trying to be wild and all out here. For real, man. That was the only thing. Trust the motherfucking process.
But we gonna get out of here, man. It was a pleasure talking to you. Good to reminisce.
Yeah, we didn't even get into the Heat Academy days. Like we were doing people dirty at them tournaments.
The Heat Academy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not Heat Academy, but
yeah. It's alright.
We were doing people dirty.
But you still playing with the vets too now, right?
Yeah.
How was that? How you like that? Because it's PBA, right? Something like that?
Yeah, PBL. So right now, like, most of the team that's in our bracket dropped out. So we got an automatic bid to the playoffs. Like, it's a crazy part. We got an automatic bid. But, I mean, it's cool. Like, this probably going to be my last year, honestly, playing, like, organized basketball. I'm going to go ahead and, like, just... I ain't lacing them up, but I'm lacing them up.
Yeah.
If it ain't afford it up.
Yeah, I got you.
Nah, if it ain't just playing for fun, like, I ain't about to be in these leagues no more. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting too old. Man, I gotta go to work tomorrow. But if it ain't that, like, I think I'm really about to, like, because I want to coach. I do want to give my knowledge back. You feel me? Like, even for the players that's hurt, like, I feel like I need to get a little program going, like players to get their mind back from when they get hurt. Yeah. I know what it feels like to get hurt a couple of times, and I bounce back every time.
Nah, yeah. So, to break your leg that many times and
to
overcome it.
The same leg at that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it up. Like I'm still gonna hoop. Like, I probably hoop in the the 7 City jump. I mean, like little easier, but as far as the PBL and all that, like trying to semi-pro,
traveling and all, doing all of that.
I ain't got time for it no more.
Yeah.
The back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these injuries ain't the same. Like, this ain't no 1-2 day injury. I'm down for the week. Tallwood, Buddy T, and Reorg. I don't know what y'all want to do.
We can do that.
I told you, finally.
We can do that.
No, I'm serious. Like, out of all the reunions I've been a part,
Uh-huh.
I guarantee this will be the one reunion that will bring both cities back out one last time.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Like, no matter what we do it at, we can do a neutral site.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care. We do it at
I talked to Coach. I talked to Coach Darren.
Yeah, we can get
Kensville.
Oh yeah, I talked to him too. Yeah, we can get Kensville, man.
That'd be crazy.
That would, cause that'll be a neutral site. Everybody come back. Somebody called B. I don't know what B like. I ain't seen him.
He's still in Cali.
Oh, he in Cali. Okay, I ain't seen him in a couple of years.
He might come back out here for that.
Nah, I know. I got his Instagram. I'm gonna hit him on Instagram. I'm gonna definitely. B, if you watch this, come on, man. That's what the people want. We need our part 3 matchup.